To me, this is going to lead to the eventual breakup of New Day. Well, at least one member leaving New Day, and I think we all know who that member will be. So, that's what I think could happen. I see the Dudleys walking out with the tag titles. If not, I'll be surprised. Then we get to the first of Seth Rollins championship matches, the United States title match. Now, a lot of people are predicting that this is going to close out the show because it's John Cena. I don't know. Right now, it's up in the air. I think right now the match that has the most importance and focused on it, especially when you involve the Authority, it's Sting. Sting's match with Seth Rollins. And I think that match is going to end up closing the show. If it doesn't, then it shows that the WWE values the United States Championship more than the WWE title, and they definitely agree with what a lot of people have been saying about Seth, and that is, he's a joke of a champion, he's a pathetic champion, he hasn't really proven himself. So, to me, if I'm the WWE, I'm kind of up in the air here about which match I put in the main event. But since you're putting a lot more focus on Sting and Rollins and showing that the Authority is more focused on that title match than they are the Cena match, I definitely go with Sting and Seth Rollins closing out the show, but I'll get to that in a second. In a little bit. As far as Cena and Rollins go, definitely see a great match here between the two, but I do see, apparently it seems very predictable. A lot of people have been pointing out a lot of hints that it's going to happen, and I do think it's going to happen. I definitely see Seth Rollins dropping the United States Championship back to John Cena, because I think the WWE saw the importance that John Cena was putting back on that title, saw that fans were getting into that championship, or getting behind that championship, backing Cena, and actually noticing that Cena was getting more of a positive reaction when he had the championship more than he ever has. So I think WWE is going to put it back on Cena. I think they only did it at SummerSlam because basically they weren't ready yet for Cena to break the record or tie Ric Flair's record. So I definitely see John Cena winning this. If he doesn't, I'd be surprised. Then we get the Divas Championship, which pretty much right now, unless things change, is a foregone conclusion. Charlotte's going to win. And why is it a foregone conclusion? Because like I said in my video, WWE pretty much showed that they didn't have the backbone to be the bigger man, and let bygones be bygones, and let Charlotte walk out with the title on Raw with the possibility that she could have dropped it back even after a week of being champion to Nikki. So it's just a foregone conclusion. I could be wrong. They could keep it on Nikki, but I think in the end Charlotte's going to end up winning. But this also, like I said earlier, with the New Day possibly losing their tag titles and being the start of their breakup, or at least one member being tossed out, I definitely see the same happening here. And a lot of people are predicting it's going to be Paige. Paige is the one that's going to turn on Charlotte, and maybe even Becky. So we'll see what happens. But I do predict Charlotte walking out with the title, which will indeed probably start leading to a Paige heel turn down the line, and possibly a triple threat, if not a fatal four-way, for the title at Hell in a Cell. And that fatal four-way will involve Sasha, just to let you guys know. And then we get to the WWE Championship match itself. Sting versus Seth Rollins. Now, Sting has said in a recent interview that he is in WWE to help put over the younger talent. Now, necessarily, some might interpret that by saying Sting's just been brought in to be a jobber. Not necessarily. Sometimes, even in defeat, talent gets put over. They do. If they can put on a great match with someone like Sting, they can get a good match out of Sting, and Sting can get a good match out of them, he's going to put them over. And even if it's in defeat, they get put over, because it'll make it look like throughout the match they haven't won, and then suddenly something happens, and the other person that's there to put them over will put them over even in defeat. Now the question is, will WWE pull the trigger, like a lot of people are hoping, and put the belt on Sting? I don't really know. Will they keep it on Seth Rollins? I don't really know. But I will say this. There's a lot of factors that could play into this. People are predicting a Seth Rollins face turn soon. I don't think they're going to do that. I think, like Solomonster said on his podcast, I think they're going to go more of the Seth Rollins being the heel and the Authority being the babyface. Triple H being babyface, if you will. So I see that happening. Maybe. Again, this is one of those matches like with Owens and Ryback, it's up in the air. So I can't really say yay or nay of, where they're going to go with this. I do know that we might have, that this Sunday night could be the strong possibility of a cash-in. I could see a cash-in happening, and I could see Sheamus walking out with the championship. Who he cashes in on, though, will decide what direction they go in, and who turns face, who turns heel. If Sheamus comes in and cashes in on Seth Rollins, becomes champion, and then walks out with the Authority with them raising his hands up high with the belt, then you got a Rollins face turn. If he ends up bro kicking Sting and winning the belt, then you possibly have Rollins turning heel, staying heel, or the Authority stays face, because the Authority can flat out say, hey, we didn't see Sheamus coming, we didn't see him attacking Sting, we didn't see that happening. But then again, that could also work in favor of a Rollins face turn as well. But we'll just have to wait and see. It's one of those situations with the United, you don't know what direction they're going to go in. So again, like with the Owens-Ryback match, it's up in the air. But we'll just have to wait and see whether they pull the trigger and make Sting the champion, if just for a brief moment, or they keep it on Rollins, and we'll see what happens after that. So that is my WWE United Champions preview and predictions. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you agree or not with my predictions, my thoughts on it, and how I think who might go over, and what the aftermath of it might be. Comment down below. Talk to you all later.